JJ and I are joined by Andre de Grasse now on Trojans Live, and one of the great Olympians. Many of them will be at the game this Saturday. Another reason to go to the game is they will be honoring the Olympians during the game against Arizona State. Andres Hall brought home a silver medal in the 200 meters, a bronze in the 100 meter, a bronze in the 4x1. You know, I call you the second fastest man in the world. I know technically that would go to whoever was in the 100 meter, but the way you showed out, I think it was. The story became you and Usain Bolt. Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. But did you accomplish what you wanted to in Rio?
Yeah, I think I did. You know, it was a spectacular performance for me. You know, 3 Olympic medals in my debut. I can't complain. Now I'm just going to build on that and look forward to the next one and try to upgrade them.
Yeah, Andre, talk about your career a little bit because, you know, I mean, obviously you did great things at SC, but you really sort of came out of nowhere. I mean, nobody knew that you were going to end up being, you know, technically, like George said, the second fastest man in the world. What did you know it? Did you envision what is coming to you now?
No, not at all. I mean, you know, when I came to USC, you know, my goals were pretty small. I didn't expect to win an NCAA championship and then turn professional and then, you know, get a bronze medal at the World Championship and, you know, just keep going and going. I didn't expect any of that. So, I mean, now I'm in a whole different category, and now I just got to go out there and, you know, tell myself that, you know, I'm one of the best, and I got to go out there and prove it.
Yeah, you're a marked man now. You know, we were preparing for the Olympic Games. I was talking to a guy, Quincy Watts, and you know, your times were such in the Canadian trials where I said, hey, I felt like you were a podium guy. I was like, is he a podium guy? Because at times don't necessarily look like that. He says, watch Andre. When the lights come on, he's always run faster. Is there a way to put that into words?
I mean, I just get excited. I mean, there's just the crowd, the atmosphere, you know, when I'm on that big stage, bright lights, I mean, I'm just in a whole different game mode. You know, I never get that experience in other places. So, I mean, when you got, 20, 50,000 people in the stands and just, you know, cheering you on and calling out your name and, you know, giving you all the props, I mean, that kind of just motivates me and, you know, gives me that extra adrenaline push.
You know, Usain Bolt, obviously your big rival on the track, but off the track, he
it
has
didn't
nothing.
seem like a rivalry,
well,
JJ.
No,
It was like
that's
a bromance.
That's
this
what
was
I'm saying.
like the
Off
summer's
the track,
bromance.
yeah, off the track, they are like best friends. You know, talk about the relationship a little bit because I mean, I know you're trying to dethrone him, but he always gives you props and thinks you're going to be the next great one. Talk about the relationship a little bit?
Yeah, you know, so Usain and I work for the same company, Puma.
Okay.
You know, I actually just saw him a couple days ago in Germany. We were doing a little photo shoot and some other things together. You know, went out to dinner and, you know, talked. So it was pretty cool to get to catch up with him and see him again. But I mean, yeah, he always just gives me props. You know, he thinks I'm the next one, and for me, I just got to go out there now and just, you know, try to prove it to everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, do you ever like look him in the eye at the starting line and say, "Look, today's you know,
don't poke the bear,
yeah,
man.
you know,
You
is there
do
any
not wanna poke
is
that
there
bear.
any of that?
I mean, sometimes, you know, I try to talk a little bit of trash to him,
There you go.
and he's like, you know, it's not happening today. You know, you're never gonna beat me. And I'm like, all right, we'll see today. We'll see what I got in the tank. So, I mean, it's always fun again to compete against him. I mean, like, you know, that's the fastest man ever in the world. So,
Right.
I mean, greatest of all time. So, anytime you get to go up against him, it's like, man, I'm being a part of history right here.
Right.
What's the key to, I mean, you have a year from now you'll be in the World Championships in London, but you have 4 years, obviously, when the stage gets the brightest in Tokyo 2020. What's the key now to taking that next step? As you said, upgrading those medals, take them to the store and trade them in for golds.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot to improve on. I mean, I didn't run the best race at the Olympics in the 100 meters. The 200, I felt a little bit fatigued in the final, so I didn't run my best races. So I know now I just got to go back to the drawing board, see what I did wrong. You know, I think for me, most importantly, I got to, you know, develop more of a mass, get a little bit more muscular, get in the weight room more. You know, I do those things, work on my start. I think, you know, I have a great chance of maybe even, you know, dethroning him next year.
Yeah, it's a funny sport. You talk about your sort of body size, the body shape. You don't look anything like Usain Bolt, who is, 6'5"? I
Right,
mean, he
yeah.
looks like Terrell Owens. I mean, he looks like a prototypical stud NFL receiver. And you don't look like anything like Justin Gatlin, who's all, you know, jacked up and huge. I mean, how are you able to run with these guys that certainly look like they beat you up in the weight room?
I don't know how I do it. I mean, you know, people tell me I guess I'm just a raw talent. So, I mean, I'm just gifted. So, I mean, for me, if I get, you know, those type of strengths, endurance, I think I can, you know, compete with them on a higher level and maybe even one day, you know, beat them. So, I mean, that's key. That's a key message for me. I mean, so I don't know how exactly I do it. I look at the film and I'm like, how do I keep up with these guys when these guys are, so much.
Right, right. Well, the thing that I was reading up on you, the thing that I read, it says, and tell me if this is true. In 11th grade, you started running track, but you ran track with basketball shorts and Converse tennis shoes, no starting blocks, and ran 10.9.
Yeah.
So your career is young in terms of number of years you've been committed to track. First of all, is that a true story? And second of all,
we gotta get the movie rights. If
well,
that's a true story.
I'm
Now,
telling
somebody
you.
better be optioning that script in this town.
Is that a true story? And how the development's so fast? I mean, how does
Yeah, I mean,
shocking.
it's a true story.
It is.
I'm still shocked to this day. I mean, that day, basketball shorts, Converse, Jordans I was wearing. I mean, I was lining up like I was doing a suicide in basketball. So, I mean,
Right.
it's kind of incredible for me, I mean.
And what's different for you? We're about to talk to an American sprinter in a little bit, who's supposed to be one of those guys to challenge you in the future. But you're Canadian, it's much less of a sprinting heritage. But you become, because of that, sort of this national hero. What's that been like, going from a kid a few years ago that really nobody knew, and now they're naming streets after you?
I know, it's really awesome. It's an honor. I mean, I went back home a couple weeks ago, and I got honored with the street name, and I'm inspiring a lot of kids to pick up the sport now. So I mean, it's really an awesome feeling to be able to do that, and just inspire a new generation. So now for me, I just gotta use that wisdom, and try to just teach the young ones.
What do you know about this kid, Michael Norman? We're going to talk to him in a little bit.
I mean, he's a real talent. I remember watching him at the USA trials, and he finished 5th in the 200 meters. I'm like, wow, it's incredible. He's a high schooler, and he's running fast times. I mean, I wasn't running that fast when I was in high school. So I mean, that's pretty awesome. He's doing his thing, and I know now I talk to Coach Carroll now, and they're telling me she's telling me, and Coach Watts is telling me all about him. And he's like the next one, and he's breaking my practice record.
Passing that torch.
So I mean, it's good. I'm looking forward to watching him this year, see what he accomplishes, and hopefully he can bring home an NCAA championship. And I'm looking forward to seeing him break my records.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you two at some point compete on that big stage together. That'd be fun for everybody. Watch two Trojans go at it in the world stage. But Andre, we're so proud of you, man. What you become, as we said, sort of out of nothing, and now you are a true international superstar, and just a bright future ahead of you. So congratulations. Have fun at the game on Saturday, and next time the average person will see him, the 2017 World Championships. Look out again for Andre de Grasse. We'll be covering it.